Hello everyone. Today I am working on an assignment from my teacher, and that task is this one. I am working in my CookBook app, and the objective of this task is to put all database requests in a try-catch block, just as I did, as you can see here, for the add ingredient method. So there is the possibility that something could go wrong whenever I invoke a database, and I want to avoid any crash whenever there is a database request of the application. I was going to write a script, but I think this is a bit easy. So basically what I understand is that, let's see, we have get ingredients, we have delete ingredient, and we also have edit ingredient. So all these requests should be um, put in a try-catch block. So let's see if I can do that. Here we have the try-catch block, and this query must be inside the try. This means try to select all from ingredients. This is to get ingredients, right? So we're name like name, this name, and then we put this using inside the catch part of the try catch block. Okay, something happened here because here I have a query in the current context. Why is that? This query. Okay, let's see. Try. If I place all this in the try part of the try catch block, we have an error here. The name query does not exist in the current context. That means that I should write string query null, and then query assigned to select all from ingredients, and in that way I can put all this code inside the catch. Now here we have exception EX. Um, and then, oh, return a value. Okay. Okay, hold a second. Okay, here we'll say string error message an error happened while retrieving. Yeah, let's go with the ingredients. Let's go with the suggestion from Visual Studio, retrieving. This stores the message from the exception. And then we want to use our error occurred method error message. Right? But why unreachable code detected? So here we have unreachable code detected. Oh, I think there is a big mistake here. So let's see. If I comment this and I go back to string query, all this must be in the there we go. In the try part of the try catch block. Yes. So I can delete this line. String error message, and now our error occurred method works. Great. But now it says ingredients repository get ingredients string, not all code paths return a value. Okay. Okay, let's see. So let's debug it. Data access layer. Yeah, since there is this error, I cannot run the app. Okay. String name. Okay. Does that work? I don't think so. Hmm. Not all code paths return a value. Well, this is interesting. If I say return error message, would that work? It doesn't, right? Because it says I cannot implicitly convert type string to system collection generic list. All right. It also makes this unreachable code. Okay. What if I return a list ingredient? Does that work? Okay, let's see. Okay, and now I will say apple. It tries to execute all this, and there are two ingredients which names start with letter A. It refreshes grid data, and that's apricot and apple. But why if I try searching with 8? Zero. Once again, it refreshes grid data. Let's try with percentage character. 12. Okay. Well, that's not a letter, not a number. But it says, like, we initially had 12 ingredients in our database, right? If I start searching with percentage symbol, it says that the count of ingredients in data source is 12. It means the same. I mean, there are no coincidences in the character and any of the letters of our ingredients in the database, and it's counting them. It's not saying you cannot use this, right? I think that's a bug, or that could be a bug. Because what if I say none? What if I say equals? The count again is 12, but nothing shown in the grid. Okay, let's try again with percentage. No, not there. With percentage symbol. Okay. What if I say no? Well, this could be a bug, right? Or it... Okay, let me stop debugging this. Ingredients repository. I'll get rid of this breakpoint and I will run my app. If I say percentage, nothing changes. If I say this, or this, or this, or this, yes, there we go. An error happened while retrieving ingredients. Okay. Well, that... Okay. And what if I say this or this? Nope. Or... I think I tried that one before. Not that one. plus this or this. Okay, so I just discovered that uh, apostrophe causes an error. This dialog box appears and says that an error happened while retrieving ingredients, but it doesn't say exactly what happened, right? It doesn't say. So I will stop debugging this and I will place my breakpoint again to see what is the exact. Okay, here we go. So it now tries to run these lines of code. Okay. 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 And now we have exception caught. Microsoft Data SQL Client SQL exception and closed quotation mark after the character string. Incorrect syntax near something. This exception was originally thrown at this call stack that access layer repositories ingredients repository ingredients in ingredients repository. We'll see the details of this. On So the exception is on closed quotation mark after the character string. So I think I will stop debugging this. I was thinking that the only okay. The only mistake here is or would be oh if the user, in this case me, enters a non-valid name letter character over here as we just saw with quotation mark, right? So since that would be the only or yeah, I mean that would be the only mistake a user could do, entering an invalid character here. So what I will do for get ingredients method is to catch any exception, right? And I will say Please enter a valid character, a valid ingredient name. And that should be it. Oh, this again. If I do this, please enter a valid ingredient name. Okay. And it continues. Alright, yeah, that works for me. Okay, so now I will go with delete ingredient. Oh, also, I wanted to ask ChatGPT if this return list is the correct return type. Yeah, I will ask right now. If I say throw, does that work? Okay, let's see. It says 1 equals 1, or this ingredient name. Inner exception, SQL exception, unclosed quotation mark. Show call stack, view details. Data, inner exception, number 105. Okay. Okay, great. I will leave it as is with the throw. And I will move to the next method, which is delete ingredient, and I will say try to run all this code exception ex, and I will call I will say string error message. Yes, and I will go with the suggestion. An error happened while deleting ingredient. Right? And then error occurred, error message, and throw. Because if I comment this throw, oh, nothing happens. Can I run it as is? Okay, let's see. If I want to delete peanut, okay. Um, how can I 3, 6, 9, 10? How could I mean, I don't think I can do something to throw an exception while deleting an ingredient from the database. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I can leave it for now and move to the last method, which is edit ingredient, and I will say try to run all this code. Exception ex string error message assigned. An error happened while editing ingredient, and then call our error occurred error message, right? And I think I can delete this throw as well. Okay, let's see. Let us see. If I click data access layer, oh, sorry. What if I write the name as this? Or if I say 1 equals 1, edit ingredient, it allows me to do so. Wow. I wouldn't. Wow. If I say apple, an error happened while editing ingredient. Okay. So, okay. But if I say edit, I guess it will allow me to enter almost any character, yeah. Edit, no character, edit ingredient, please enter name. Okay. What if I say at, it allows me to. Hashtag $, percentage character. Yep. I think I will be able to enter almost anything here. Edit. Yep. A sad face. Yes, well, the only Apple exception that I have been able to reproduce is when trying to add a duplicated ingredient. If I click edit ingredient, an error happened while editing ingredient. Okay. Well, it works. I need to investigate how I can make these methods to throw exceptions, but I will leave that for a next video. As of now, that's it for today.